back like that. Well, that supporting them under the chin is exactly what we're going to do if an infant is choking. The best way to do this is to sit yourself down and put your legs out in front of you. Put your hand underneath their chin to support it because their head's really wobbly, because their neck muscles are still developing. And then you want to lie that infant down like this, because you want whatever is blocking their airway to come out and go onto the floor. So you take the heel of your hand and you're going to do up to 5 back blows, just like we did adult or child, okay? So 1, did it come out? No. 2, 3, 4, 5. If it doesn't come out, you immediately turn them over and then you're going to do chest thrusts. Remember, with the adult and the child we were doing abdominal thrusts, but the baby you do chest thrusts. So the best way to do this is you support the baby's head like this, turn baby over, and then you use 2 fingers on the chest and you do up to 5 chest thrusts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's quite hard, and if it doesn't come out, and you can look in the mouth, if you can see it and it's loose, you can turn the baby over and it should come out. But again, you're not going to do a blind finger sweep. Support baby under the chin, turn baby over, and do up to 5 back blows. And you just keep on doing that until it comes out, or they become unconscious, in which case you then have to lay them down and start CPR, okay? Now, I also want to show you how to put the baby in recovery position. Do you remember back to the beginning of last week, we did recovery position? All right, so we can't, right, because their legs are way too small, their arms are way too small, all right? So there's a way to put a baby in recovery position, which is really simple. How we normally hold a baby, just in the bent arm like this, in the crook of our arm, like that. You normally hold a baby like that, okay? All you're going to do is turn the baby to the side and put the head down. So that way, do you see the airway stays open and anything can drain out, any fluids can drain out. But not only that, I've got baby here, I can keep an eye on baby's face and the lip colour and the colour of the face, etc. All right? And that's how you put the baby in recovery position. So I'm going to help you through it, don't worry. Sorry, all right. Okay, all right. Check for response. No response. Okay. So now I want you to do 5 back slaps. So support baby under the chin. That's it. Turn baby, put your feet out in front of you. So put your feet out in front. Both feet out in front. There you go. And then put baby down like this. I know it shows you like that there, but I like it this way, it's better. Now, I want you to have the baby's head's going to be down low, all right, supported underneath the chin, because then anything that's, when it comes out, it can come out onto the floor. So, okay, now, 5 back blows. And it's hard, okay? Didn't come out,
yung
so
baby.
put your hand on the back of baby's head and turn baby over, all right? And then put the baby down and then do up to 5 chest thrusts. So if you just do it like that, there you go, you put your hand here, that's it. And then 2 fingers there, and then 5, up to 5 chest thrusts. Okay, didn't come out, okay, turn baby over. That's it, support baby, all right, and then up to 5 back blows. Oh, and it came out, it came out, it came out, so you stop, all right, but baby's not conscious, so I want you to put baby in recovery position. Come on, baby. So you want the head down like that. Head down.
Feeding time yan.
Okay, alright, good job. Put baby down on the ground and we'll get the next 4 response. Okay. Okay, no response. You think baby might be choking? Support the baby, put your feet out in front of you, head down. That's then you're going to do up to 5 back blows. Okay, we're going to put the head down. That's it. Perfect. Okay, yeah. Okay, didn't come out. I want you to support the back of baby's head and turn baby over. That's it. Also, head down and then 5 chest thrusts with 2 fingers. Okay? So you'll have the head like that. There we go. All right, didn't come out. Turn baby over. All right, now 5 back blows up to 5. Oh, it came out. It came out. Okay, wonderful. All right, check baby. Oh, baby's breathing, but not conscious. Can you put baby in recovery position for me? Okay, head down. Head down. That's it. So just a little bit. That's it, like that.
Not feeding time.
Yes,
Not feeding time here.
and then head down like that.
Milk
Okay,
time.
good job. Okay, put baby down. And we'll get the last couple of people. Oh, there you go. All right. Okay. All right. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. I want you to do it from the beginning. No response. No, now you're going to do the chest thrusts. Chest thrusts. Okay.
Ah, you forget.
Turn baby over. That's it. Now, in a real life situation, be doing this quite quickly, all right? Because you'd be desperate to get that out. Okay. Did it come out?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Again.
All right. Oh, baby's not conscious though, so we need to put baby in recovery position. Okay. Into your arm. Just like you are if you were holding the baby, but you just turn the face towards you. Okay. Yeah. Great. All right. Thank you. Let's put the baby down. The first thing we're going to do is stop and check the scene and make sure that the scene is safe. Check for any dangers before I approach. All right. I put my gloves on. You probably wouldn't wear gloves with a baby if it was a baby at home, but because we're all going to be sharing and doing CPR, I'm going to put some gloves on. Okay. All right. So, oh no, baby. Oh my gosh. All right. So, I'm going to pick baby up and I'll just tap for response on the bottom of the foot. Baby, can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, no response. Now with a baby, you can actually put a baby on a table. With an adult and a child, you wouldn't want to put them on a table to do CPR. But a baby, it's acceptable to put them on a table. You need a hard, flat surface, but a table will be fine, all right? But we're going to use the floor today, so I'm going to get down, and I'm going to open the baby's airway. Now, it's a slightly different maneuver than with the adult and the child. You know, with the adult and the child, it was head tilt, chin lift, and it was right back, fully extended. You're still going to do head tilt, chin lift, but you need to keep the baby's neck not overextended, just a little bit. The reason why is because their neck's really short, and if you really overextend, you actually put the airway back on itself, and you could be blocking it, all right? So with a baby, they usually say like a neutral position. So, open the airway a little bit, and then I'm going to look to the chest and see if it's rising and falling. How long will I look for? Remember?
10
seconds. Exactly. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000, 8 1,000, 9 1,000, 10 1,000. If there's somebody else available, they could call for help. All right? But if you're by yourself, you need to do 1 full minute of CPR before you get help. So, just like the child, it's really unusual for a baby to suddenly stop breathing. It's nearly always going to be a choking or a drowning incident, okay? So we need to start with breaths rather than with the chest compressions. So I've got a face shield here that we'll use, but again, if it's your own baby or a baby that you've been taking care of, you probably would be fine not to use a face shield, right? Like we said before, 70% of cardiac arrests in children are family members, right? So if you feel able and willing, you can put your mouth over their mouth. However, with a baby, you're going to put your mouth over the nose and the mouth because babies have such a tiny gap here that you wouldn't be able to fit your lips just around their mouth. So you put your lips around their nose and their mouth, okay? So there is no need to pinch the nose because you're going to be blowing into it. So I have these little masks that we're going to use today, so I'm just going to put that there, all right? And I'm going to do 5 initial rescue breaths. And then I'm going to do 30 chest compressions. This time, I'm just going to use 2 fingers. I'm going to keep that airway open by keeping my hand on my forehead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Only 2 breaths now. We only do those 5 breaths at one time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, it's about a minute. And then if nobody's come, I need to make that phone call. I need to make the call to 999 and say, you know, the baby is unconscious and they're not breathing. We need an AED. You can shock a baby. If there is an AED available, you can use the paediatric pads on the baby, just like we did on the child. You put one on the front and one on the back, okay? They also say that if there are no paediatric pads available, it's okay to use the adult pads on the baby. I know that's a little bit scary, but the machine will only shock if they need it. And, you know, your goal is to try to save this baby's life, you know? So if you're not managing to resuscitate them with CPR alone, then they're really going to need that shock, all right? So that's your CPR with the baby. So you check the scene, right? So then just do your eye rescue breath. You put your face, your mouth over the nose and
Hold the head. Hold the head.
You can see one more center. The center of the chest. Yes, that's it. Good. Yeah, you can keep the airway open as you go.
Just 30. Unconscious and
For recovery.
finish already.
When you think you've done a minute, then switch over and let somebody else have a go. Is she giving you the instruction? Yes.
Is the baby alive yet?
Okay, good job. All right,
Yeah.
switch over when you're done. Have you finished? Are you
Yeah.
finished? Okay. Yeah, it's still wet. Okay. Oh, brilliant job. Okay. And you're done, right? It's about a third of the day. All right, good job. Yeah, so you're going to do your C, check your C, and then approach the baby. And you're going to check for response by tilting on the mother. And no response. Okay, so you can put baby down on the table or the floor. And then you're going to check for normal breathing. Yeah. No, before you're going to do 10 seconds. Yes, and you were looking to see if you can see the rise in the chest. So you count to 10. Breathing. Okay, so you immediately do the 5 breaths with your mouth open and out loud. So yeah, no need to pinch your mouth.
Scary talaga.
And you don't want to obscure the chest. You just want to be able to see that the chest is rising. Yes.
Hindi ko na-video kanina. Hindi mo
So you
pinindot.
find the center of the chest like that. Fingers up and down and then press. Yes. Yes. That's it. Perfect. Right. Okay, everybody's watching Ninja now.
Natigok na yan.
Yeah, a real baby would be a lot heavier.
He was wondering.
Yeah. rushing out of her first aid class because it had gone on for so long and she was really hungry and she wanted to leave in a hurry and go and get some food. So she ran out of the YMCA and because she was in such a hurry, she wasn't looking where she was going, and she tripped over the curb and she put her hands out to save herself, but unfortunately she didn't see there was some broken glass in the gutter. And a piece of glass went into her arm, right? And it's sticking out of her arm. Alright, so I come to help her, alright? And I will see that piece of glass sticking out of her arm. So what am I going to do? Am I going to take it out?
No.
Don't take it out. Everybody says don't take it out. Why don't I want to take it out? You're right. Yes, okay. So we can only see what's on the surface. So we can see a piece of glass sticking out, all right? But we can't see what's going on underneath. Are you okay, Linda? I don't like it. All right, just pretending. All right. So that piece of glass, when it's gone in, it's probably caused some damage to the blood vessels and to the tissues. But maybe it's also creating its own first aid because maybe it's cut through a blood vessel and it's stopping that bleeding. So if you pull it out, what would happen? Yes, the blood's going to spurt out, isn't it? So we don't want to take it out, but we need to make sure that we stabilize it so it doesn't fall out on the way to the hospital. So a good idea would be to pad it around, so maybe like on one side and another side like this, with a piece of glass in the middle, and then you could wrap another bandage around the outside and keep it in place, okay? But, you know, who has 3 bandages on their person? Probably not. And probably not if you were just looking out the YMCA. You're not carrying 3 bandages with you, are you? So you've got this piece of glass sticking out, and you know that you need to stabilise it. What could you use? What could you use that you might have?
Napkin.
Napkins, but yes, if you have paper napkins. Oh, the napkins.
No, yes.
Yes,
Sanitary napkins, yeah.
You could roll it and put on one on either side.
Yeah.
Okay. What else could you use?
Tissue.
Clothes, yeah, tissues. If you had any of those packets of tissues, you know, if you had a couple of packets of tissues on either side, that could stabilise it. And then you could even wrap a t-shirt around over the top of it. Okay.
Yeah.
And you definitely want to be calling 999, right? And you just don't want that to come out. So you want to stabilise it, all right? However, Tina here didn't like that piece of glass sticking out of her arm, so she pulled it out.
Oh man.
Oh, Tina, what did you do that for? Oh my gosh, and now we have the blood is really spurting, all right? Okay, so you make sure that you sit her down because she could go into shock. She's going to start maybe feeling dizzy. She probably doesn't like the sight of blood or the sight of her own blood as well, so she could faint. So if you get her sitting down on the floor, it's a good idea, all right? And now I need to stop that blood. But I will pretend I don't have my gloves on. But I don't want to put my hand on there. I know that I need to put some firm direct pressure, but I don't want to put my hand on it because it's her blood. And I don't know whether she's got some infection that she could pass on to me. But because it's her blood, it's fine for her to put her hand on it. So, Tina, can you press? And I'll press really hard, and then I'm going to go and get something to go over the top. So, what could I use as a makeshift dressing if I was outside and I didn't have anything with me? What could I use?
Handkerchief?
Sorry?
Scarf?
Something plastic. I'd definitely put something plastic on my hand, and then I could apply direct pressure. Absolutely. Perfect. And then what could I use after I put direct pressure on? What else could I use as a temporary dressing? Yeah, you could use the sanitary napkins, or even some clothing. All right, as long as I've got something plastic on my hand, I could put some clothing here, and then I could push down hard. All right, but let's say I've got my bandages, so I'm going to put a bandage. So we're going to apply firm direct pressure for about 10 minutes because that's how long it will take the body to form a clot. Okay, and that's what you're doing when you're pressing down firmly, is you're trying to, make a clot form. You don't want to press down if there's something stuck in the wound, all right? So you never press down on something because you're just going to push it further in. Only if there is nothing in the wound and you're trying to stop the bleeding. Firm, direct pressure is the best way. So now we're going to pretend she's been pressing for 10 minutes. And now I'm just going to put a nice firm dressing on. Okay, Tina, can you lift your hand up? I'm just going to put a bandage on. Now, when you're bandaging, your bandage has a body part. If she doesn't mind. That's it. You don't want it too tight because we're not putting a tourniquet on. Alright, you don't want to cut off the blood supply. It's a good little trick pushing that bit of bandage in and then over where the wound is and then you can really press down. If you do it a little bit looser, yeah, just do it loosely, then now you can makes it easy, see? Makes it a bit easier, yes. And then you can press down. Yes.
Kaya yung maganda yun sa kanya, pasok niya dito. Pareho din yung item ko yun.
Or doon. Tama
I'm going to show you.
Sa kanya.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, in St. John's I know that your bandaging has to be perfect, but we don't need it to be perfect, it just needs to be able to stop the bleeding, you know. So then just do the next one loosely, so if you do it quite loosely, that's it, and then tuck it in. So then you can pull it up and then just tuck it in. Okay, and you'd want to tuck it in where the wound is, and then you can apply some pressure there. Okay? Yeah, great.